Hi student, welcome to Talent Tutorial classes. Today I am going to take the first unit of class 10th mathematics, which is real number. In this session we are going to take a close look how the real number works, and we will understand the basic concepts of real number. So let's get started. Let's go to next slide. In this slide I have listed down the topics that we should cover as a part of first chapter in real numbers. So here we have introduction, Euclid's division lemma, the fundamental theorem of arithmetic, revisiting irrational number, revisiting rational numbers and their decimal expansion, and summary. As a part of today's session, we are going to understand the introduction of real number. Let's move to the next slide. Introduction of real number. So student, before understanding the real number, let's understand what is the meaning of number line. I'm sure most of you would have already heard about number line, but let's understand about it in more detail now. So number line, it's just a line. You can see it's just a line. How its meaning, how the word represent number line. It's just a line where all number exist. And when it comes to number, the number getting started from minus infinity till infinity. So definitely it is getting started from minus, it will cross 0 and it will reach to infinity. So now let's go to its definition. Real numbers are simply the combination of rational and irrational number in the number system. Now you must be thinking, what is rational and irrational number? Don't worry about that. We'll go to cover it in the next slide. But as of now, you just need to understand any number which falls on this line are called number line. And also one more thing to pay attention over here, real number. The moment someone say real number, that means you should understand it's real and it's not an imaginary number. So all the real numbers which falls on the lines are called real number. Okay, so there are a few examples that I have just listed down at the bottom of this PPT. So basically irrational numbers which we usually represent in E. So approximately its value is 2.71828. So these are like irrational numbers. Root 2 is an irrational number. So in your exams you will get few of the objective questions to identify and to prove if this is an irrational number or not. If yes, then please prove that it's an irrational number. So don't worry about that. We are going to cover everything in the upcoming sessions. So now let's go to the next slide. Okay, continuation to the previous slide. Now we will understand the high level flow diagram, like which all types of numbers will come together and form real number. So if you see here real number, so let's do one thing. Let's understand this slide from the bottom. It will be easy for you. So look over here, we have 0 and the natural number, and denotation, how to denote it, it is also represented at the last of a numbers like capital N. So 0, natural number. Any number which is starting from 1 till n are called natural number. So if you combine both of them, it will make whole number. That means whole number is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 till n. Okay. Now whole number is positive. You cannot see anything which is negative inside that whole number. So basically you can say whole number is positive integer. But once positive integer and negative integer combine together, it forms integer. So if someone says you integers, that means it's in exclusive of positive as well as negative integer. So it will form integers. Now integers and the non-integer, which is also called fraction. Integer is like 5, it's an integer. 10 integer, 1 integer, 2 integer. But we have to combine now integer with the non-integers, the numbers which cannot be represented in a form of integer, which will be represented in a form of fraction in the form of p by q are called as non-integer fractions. So basically the combination of non-integer plus integer are called rational number, and we represent rational number in capital Q. Now rational number plus irrational number forms real number, which is the basic of this chapter that we are learning now. So in next slide, student, we will learn a little more detail about how these numbers are actually called, and then it will be easy for you to completely correlate what all the type of numbers that combine together and form real number. So let's quickly go to the next slide. Okay, as I said, in this slide we will learn a little more detail about these numbers. So we will follow the same approach that we have followed in the last slide. So what we are going to do here, natural number, any number starting from 1 till n, and 0. So if you combine both of these together, it will form whole number. Let's go to the right hand side of this section, natural number. The numbers containing non-fractions, which is basically starting from 1 and go till n. So any number such as 1, 2, 3, 4 till n are called natural number. 0 you know already. So the moment you combine both of these, it becomes whole number. So whole number. Whole number is a collection of 0 and natural number. All numbers including 0 such as 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 till n are called whole numbers. Okay, now going ahead, integers. Now we will learn integer. Student, did you remember that in last slide we have learned that integers means positive plus negative integers. So whatever are here are positive integer, and if we'll add negative integer in that, it will make a complete box of integer, which is a combination of negative plus positive integer, same that you have learned in the last slide. So integer, it's a collection or collective result of negative integer and the whole number. So just see the example over here. It will start from minus infinity, it will go to 0, and again it will go move towards plus infinity. So we are here till here integers. Now rational number. Rational number is a combination of integer and you just add fraction in that. Integer plus fraction, and the combination of both of it will form rational number. Look over here, rational number. Number that can be written in the form of p by q. Okay, any number that can be written in the form of p by q where q is not equal to 0 are called rational number. We will solve few of the examples also in our upcoming session, where you'll get to know more detail about what is exactly meaning of p by q and why a disclaimer is always attached that q is not equal to 0. So here are few examples. Like rational number, it can be represented 1 by 2, 5 by 4, 12 by 6, etc. Okay, so we are till here rational number. You remember, student, in last section we have noticed that complete rational number plus irrational number will form a set, and which is called as real number. So a rational number, we already know that any number which we can represent in the form of p by q are called as rational number. Plus what you need to learn here now is irrational number. All the numbers which are not rational and cannot be represented in a form of p by q. So basically these numbers are non-terminating and non-repeating, like root 2, root 3. Now you must be thinking, what is the meaning of non-terminating and the non-repeating? I'll just give a very small example, 1.25. So this number is non-terminating. That's all. It's done, ended. 0.5. 1 by 2, if somebody is writing 0.5, 1 by 2 is in a form of fraction, which is a rational number, 1 by 2. Okay, and you can also represent it as 0.5. That's all, done. Nothing is going to come after point after 5. So it's terminated, it's ended. It's finished. I mean, nothing is next to that. Unlike irrational number, in irrational number, what will happen? A number is never going to be terminated. For example, root 2. Root 2, the value is 1.414. So it will keep on going, and it will never end. And also one thing to notice, it is non-repeating. That means it doesn't follow a pattern. Following, what do you mean by following pattern? If I'm writing any number 1.45454545, so it's repeating, whereas in case of irrational number it never repeats. 1.4525, 7565, 95, till we don't know till what number it will go. So that's the main difference between rational and irrational number. So student, here I have just covered the basics of the first chapter, which is real number. What I will request you to go through this video again and remember to have a close look on the two diagrams, one the previous one and this one. The moment you will have the pictures of these two diagrams in your mind, it will be very easy for you to answer any questions which are related to this topic. That's all for the today's session. Thank you for watching the video. If you like the video, kindly like, share and subscribe. I will be uploading the next session soon on the continuation of this chapter. Till then, have a good day. Thank you everyone. Bye.